I don't know if that's possible.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. Welcome back to Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 428. Just in case it was muted, we'll edit it regardless. Yeah. I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay. We're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 3-ish.
We just did the whole intro, people, but for whatever reason, the microphone remuted. If you're on Facebook, you always get to see behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. But again, the stories we'll be covering quickly. Turkey's putting a CBDC on their economic roadmap. Fed chair is going after Facebook, basically. Poloniex is saying you all can come back to us. U.S. lawmaker reintroduces a safe harbor crypto tax bill. At the same time, the EU central bank said they're not adding Bitcoin because it is not a currency. Goldman Sachs ramps up their development of a new secret crypto project all of a sudden, right? And last but not least, Fold app enables Bitcoin Lightning payments at Whole Foods and Starbucks. All right, 2 times is the best. But first, what is going on with the prices in crypto?
Oh, yeah. Well, we had a pullback with Bitcoin going down to $11,900, down 5% for the day. Ripple down big, 8% to 36 cents. Ethereum at $287, down 6% for the day. Bcash at $388 is down 6% as well. EOS struggling right now, down 11%, down to $5.19. And Litecoin at $107, down 10%. So right across the board, nothing looking too hot right now. However, we have begun the bull market, so it will be a good amount of pullback. So nothing to be worried about right here.
Right. And if you are watching us on YouTube, as you can see, OBS is continuing to do what it does best, and that is be funky. But there it is. And speaking of the price of Bitcoin, so we saw it go to 13K today. And I guess that's because the New York Fed said, hey, this recession is now really about to happen. Which we've been saying for a long time, but that can has been getting kicked down the road. As you said, you mentioned Ripple, that's down 36 cents. Hey, it might be a good steal, people, unless Facebook comes out swinging. But I totally missed everything you said because I couldn't get the charts up. But I had the charts. Tomorrow they'll be ready, people.
Oh, yeah.
All right, but the top story of the day, Turkey. Turkey put central bank digital currency on their new economic roadmap. That is right. Listen, the theme of the day is Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is officially here. This is it, people. The gate is open today. I am telling you, it's here. But it looks like the government of Turkey has included a central bank issued digital currency in its 2019-2023 economic roadmap published on July 9th. As per the 11th development plan from the presidency of the Turkish Republic, blockchain-based digital central bank money will be implemented. He had, as a quote from him. I want to go ahead and let you all know, Turkey seems like the right move to do this because you talk about places like Iran, Cuba, Russia, some of the places that are like just on the line. They're not even on the line. They're like not friends of the U.S., right?
Out. Yeah.
They're out. Turkey, however, for those who don't know about those airstrikes we've been doing in Syria for the last 3 or 4 years now, all has to do with that, Turkey and that whole region, because there's a pipeline running through there that has oil in it. So everyone knows you can't really mess with Turkey, but there's this whole geopolitical thing going on. But my point behind all of that is them getting a CBDC is not only entirely possible, but it changed the entire landscape. Okay. We're talking about a legitimate first world country, if you will, with a CBDC inside their economic roadmap moving forward. This is huge news.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And the best part, like you said, is that this is a real country.
Right, exactly, right.
Don't really,
those other 14 million people don't count.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it looks towards the money transmission people and KYC people. Exactly. But Turkish Vice President Fuat Aktay presented the plan to the Parliament's Planning and Budget Commission, stating, "We will attach importance to our energy and development policies during the period of development plan." So, big data, artificial intelligence, and blockchain are on the menu. And one of the biggest parts or biggest reasons this is coming is, like we said, CBDCs. When we first told you the acronym, CBDCs were coming.
So they were here.
And we just had to see which country's going to test it. They started with, like you said, Venezuela, Iran. Didn't really, test the meter because they're not attached to the U.S. dollar. Turkey is. And if they have oil, we're going to be there. So, yes, it looks as though the IMF, they're starting some programs in Uruguay. You have some in Bahamas, China, Sweden, Ukraine, but Turkey is very big. Glad to see it.
Looks like, as you said, their Prime Minister Mehmet Simsek also said, quote, "We are planning to start our own work on digital currencies. We place high importance on digitalization, as well as a few more, quote, some people in the government say they remain skeptical Bitcoin or crypto is a pyramid scheme. We're still doing that, whatever.
All right.
And then the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, you can see here, predicted that in late June that central banks would start issuing digital currencies in the near future. The IMF cited a central bank digital currency pilot program, as you said, in a few different countries. But this was crazy now. The IMF didn't want this, right? So that means, to me, it sounds like a lot of banks, you remember the whole thing about the central bank is all tied to the Federal Reserve, which is all tied to literally like 5 to 10 people. All right, like all these banks are owned by 10 people. All right, it's absolutely crazy, and 10 is a high number, right? So this is basically banks, because becoming a central bank is the same as joining the European Union or NATO and all that. It's your own private. You're getting franchise banks. It's like you're McDonald's. Well, I'm going to join McDonald's Corporation because I don't want to be mom and pop hamburger stand on my own. But now it looks like bank presidents are saying, you know what? Blockchain's here. These people are right. We actually don't need you to be in charge of us anymore either. They are literally banks are turning on their bosses.
Yeah.
They're turning on other bigger banks, like the JP Morgan Chase, like the Bank of International Settlements. Smaller banks are saying, like, think about the local credit union. Oh, we can actually compete with JP Morgan Chase now.
Yeah, we can issue our own central.
What?
We can let blockchain companies.
We don't
bring in their
need
business.
you.
Yeah.
So I think the IMF, as you mentioned, and some of these bigger central banks, they're like politely going along with it, because basically some of the people who were under them or other bankers are like, no, we're going to do this either alone or with you guys. And now, as IMF predicted, all right, we'll join in. But people, I'm telling you, today's stories are just going to get better and better. All right. Let's go ahead and say some hellos. What's going on? Allison Thompson, Malik Howard, Tony Nolly, Min Ho, Tommy Brown. All right, you all know I can't pronounce, so I'm going to try. Yusa Nami. Let me know if I said that right. If not, pronunciate it, please. Coke by Paris, Sergeant Crypto, Madam Crypto. John Hoy said the Turks understand the importance of crypto. True. Richard, what's going on? G-Day, gentlemen, beautiful day here in Australia. Jason V. Holmes said, what up from South Korea? What's going on?
What's up?
I actually just met somebody today from who's from Seoul. Alec G. What's going on? Long time no see. All right. Oh, I got it right. There we go.
Yeah.
Malik said, I let a review on Amazon for the book. I left a review, but it doesn't look like it posted. I'll give it another go tomorrow.
Yes, it is a 24 to 48 hour waiting period sometimes for them to post. So wait for a second, wait till Friday, and if it's posted up there, you're all good.
All right. Next up, Fed chair says Facebook needs to satisfy regulatory concerns regarding Libra. You talk about the pot calling the kettle black.
Get out of here, man.
What? Why? Like, just think about this, people. Why would your competitor say anything but negative stuff? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not going to help you in the market. What is going on with this story? What's the Fed chair saying?
Oh, man.
I love, Cointelegraph. Shout out to the photo.
Yeah,
amazing photo. Everybody's, oh my God, this is crypto.
Well, Jerome Powell, who is the chairman of the Federal Reserve, said in the hearing that I just think it cannot go forward without there being broad satisfaction with the way the company has addressed money laundering. Now, one of the statements in this entire sentence that kind of baffles me is he basically said, I just think it can't go forward just because I don't think it can. However, if you're a developer, that means nothing to you. I mean, if they're developing,
it's not a technical issue. Is that what you're telling me? This is a social issue.
So you mean exactly? So you mean
what
to
are you
tell me
talking
I'm just
about?
gonna stop developing, stop work? I'm sure these people didn't stop going to work all of a sudden.
Right.
They're going to continue developing it, and he also added data protection, consumer privacy, yada yada yada. All those things will be addressed very thoroughly and carefully in a deliberate process. They will not sprint to implementation, which is why nobody likes the government now. They won't sprint. In fact, they'll walk very slowly backwards. It will take about, I think it took 7 years for there to be comprehensive legislation for money transmission.
Right.
We'll see how long this takes. Probably at least 3 to 5. So shout out to Zuckerberg for just shaking them up, sort of.
I'm a fan of Libra now.
Yeah,
I mean, not
don't
Libra.
Don't make me a fan, but they
not
pretty
as
much
its
have.
use case, but what it's doing.
What it's doing today.
Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. You know what? You need a statue now. If you can finish this project, I will vote for a statue. I know you're a clone or a robot or whatever, but hey, you're doing a good job. All right.
Yeah, and I think a long term Libra's going to come. It's not. They're just trying to figure out how they can regulate it, and they want to address money laundering, which is the buzzword they use for we need to regulate it. So don't be fooled, people. The Fed chair, Jerome Powell, they're scared. They don't know what to do. They're shaking in their boots. They really don't know what to do with a cryptocurrency that can function on its own. So we'll see how it plays out.
Right. And you know what? I'm not sure if you have what I'm about to say in your book, because I know it kind of gets on the political side as well. And we try to stay away from politics, but I'm going to say this because I actually saw this today as well. Chairwoman Maxine Waters, we talked about her the other day. Black old woman, I guess she's from Compton or Crenshaw. I don't know where she's from, LA. Democrat. I'm going to get a little political because I know a lot of minorities and, immigrants. Everybody loves the Democrats and all this. She is a part of the system.
Yeah.
Like today, she proved it. You literally on the same day had the Federal Reserve Chair, a private entity that prints fake money for the United States that we, for whatever reason, have to abide by, or you get put in prison or killed. We have her speaking up for the Federal Reserve basically today.
Exactly.
She came out and basically said, actually it's quoted here. Libra raises many serious concerns regarding privacy, money laundering, consumer protection, and financial stability. These are concerns that should be thoroughly and publicly addressed before proceeding. And that was the watered down version. I mean, she basically was like, hey, no crypto, only Federal Reserve United States dollars. She is a part of the system. She is a part of the problem. I know she's black and everybody, Max, so mom, auntie, or what they call her?
Auntie,
I don't know. She ain't my aunt.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? She's another human being to me.
Yeah.
But like this is happening, people. The same day the Federal Reserve Chair comes out, you have a bunch of Congress people coming out in favor or against any type of crypto advance or any type of technological advancement. I mean, again, this is software. There is an issue. There's a fundamental issue right now. No one wants to use technology, right?
Oh, yeah.
And what's even crazy, how old is Maxine Waters? Why is she even talking about technology?
Why are you even talking about it? Why are you even talking about it?
Like, can I find you using Instagram right now? If not, this is probably not your thing,
Yeah.
So.
And most politicians, it doesn't matter what they look like. They all work for the same people. You'll get a few that'll speak up, but it's so far and few between. Most of them work for the same people. So the people they work for are the people who are trying to shoot down cryptocurrency as a whole. So just remember that when you think about politicians, the bigger fight is economics, because I can guarantee you, if you talk to a black politician, everything's all good until you bring up economics. Right. And all of a sudden they're like, I kind of got my money from this corporation and this corporation and they don't like cryptocurrency, so I don't like cryptocurrency. Don't be fooled, people. They are not even speaking. We are puppets. They're told what to say. They say it. They make their money. We go on, but as long as you know that, can't be right. Can't be mad.
And you have to remember, these are career politicians. I won't say none, because I do know a few that actually did. The majority of politicians did not make their money through any type of business venture. No. They made it through being career politicians. They made it from taxpayers paying them their entire adult life. Literally, they went to college, they graduated, they went straight to go work for congressmen, so-and-so, senators, so-and-so. They have made all their money their entire life from us giving it to them. Yeah. So you're literally talking about a person who doesn't know that much about business, who doesn't know that much about economics and all that stuff, even though they're in those positions to make those judgments. So I want to give it, what's going on, Antonio? Shout out Antonio from the UK.
What's up?
Jason V. Holmes made a great comment. Nobody has given the Libra Association a solid reason to stop other than, hey, you scare us. Very true. Like that has been the only reason. It scares the American government. But since we're talking about all these regulations and what are they, anti-money laundering, know your customer, all that stuff. Was it JP Morgan was in the news today and yesterday for having some boat seized that had $1 billion in narcotics on it?
Yeah.
Like those are the people bringing. This is crazy.
Bringing.
This is madness. Yeah. But
Bitcoin doesn't have $1 billion worth of drugs anyway.
Right. I know Bitcoin isn't doing any of that. So you talk about money laundering. That sounds like money laundering to me, but whatever. All right. Poloniex is back in the news. I have a feeling this will be a very short topic we're going to cover.
Hold up.
But it looks like Poloniex crypto exchange says users can now use cards and bank accounts. My only comment for this story is that you're about 2.5 years too late. But
all 17 people have rejoiced this morning.
what's going on with Poloniex and I guess their advancement now?
Oh yeah, so all 17 of Poloniex's exchange users can celebrate today because now they can automatically purchase the USD coin and use that for trading. And you can use a credit card or your bank account. The weekly limits are 50,000 for deposits, 25,000 for withdrawals, but the exchange admits those limits can be increased. I'm sure you'll have to do more KYC. And more AML stuff for that. One of the best parts about this story is that Poloniex is trying. They're trying to do something. But other than that, it's another exchange, man.
Right.
Nobody really cares as much about Poloniex after they got purchased by Circle, who is backed by Goldman Sachs,
who has nothing to do with crypto.
Who has nothing to do with
Before we
crypto.
go on today, Goldman Sachs, hey, we're just watching from the sidelines.
Yeah, I'm sure. But yes, you can use your Simplex debit card, which has been around a good while, to purchase USD, which is a stable coin, and then purchase crypto. So it's basically an onboarding way to go straight from fiat to digital currency. But it's Poloniex. Nobody uses it, and I don't plan on using it.
No, I mean, you can see here their weekly limits now are $50,000 for deposits, $25,000 for withdrawals. Let me tell you something. When Poloniex was at its peak, that wasn't happening. So since it's happening right now, I wonder who controls Poloniex for real. All of a sudden, hey, you can do a $500,000. Yeah. Oh, what's your name again? All right, where you? Oh, okay, all right, cool.
And then withdrawals are half.
Like,
so
you know what I mean? Come on, just call it the CIA, all right? Call it Poloniex or the government or whatever.
Oh, yeah. So that's all I gotta say about them.
Exactly, it's a short topic. It's Poloniex, people. But wow, thank you, Jason V. Holmes, for the tip.
Director
Definitely
Nolan,
appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Want to go to some of these comments here. We are getting some great comments in here. Andre Durden, what's going on? Andre said, what was it? I just saw a great thing by you. I can't even find it. I'll come back to it, though. Politician is a politician is a politician. John Hoy is going on. John Hoy said, as a politician, Representative Maxine Waters had to make the statement, it will take time for people in Congress to warm up to the ideal of a crypto economy. We just had to be patient, I guess. No, I totally disagree with you. I mean, I agree with the fact that she probably had to make the statement, but no, you never have to make the statement. That's why you're there representing constituents, because if Congress or whoever else comes back to you, you need to go back to your constituents and say, hey, I need you guys to stand with me on this. So no, I don't think her or any other politician had to. And I don't think that it's fair for us that we need to wait for a bunch of people who we never see or hear from that lives in a different place tell you what you're allowed and not allowed to do when you're not, like, literally not hurting anybody. You know what I mean? You're talking about money here, right? Or fake money, I guess, depending on where you're at. So as Jason B. Holmes said, most politicians don't even understand how Google and Facebook work. I mean, we literally saw that at the Facebook hearing when they asked him about an Apple iPhone or something.
Yeah,
I mean,
they asked something way off that had nothing to do with Facebook.
To be fair, I mean, hey, we watch billions. I'm not stupid. It is a strong possibility Mark Zuckerberg could have paid a lot of those people off to say, ask him some crazy stuff to kind of made the whole thing null and void. But you're right. These people don't know what Google and Facebook like really is. They don't know about spiders and bots and how, you know, they don't know these things, but they're supposed to tell us what we're supposed to do with cryptocurrency.
It's going to take too long.
Right. Wired Sparks said Maxine Waters is not trying to lose her sponsorship. So
yeah, we know.
Yep. It is hilarious. But all right, on to the next. U.S. lawmaker reintroduces safe harbor crypto tax bill in Congress. Wow. Here we go.
Here we go.
All about the money.
Yeah.
United States Congressman. I mean, wow. I love how they do it all on the same day. I love it. Even do you see it, people? All the Congress people comes out and talk the same day as the Federal Reserve chair of the private company. Everyone comes out. You can see who works for them, basically. United States Congressman Tom Emmer has reintroduced his safe harbor for taxpayers with forked assets bill, according to a press release published July 9. The reintroduced version of the bill appears to have been published on July 3rd based on the date printed with the document. What is this safe harbor for taxpayers with forked assets bill? It sounds like something I'm not going to like already.
Yeah, well, if you know what a fork is, that's when you split a blockchain and you continue on with another ledger. So the forked assets bill basically was to simplify the tax laws dealing with cryptocurrencies and hard forks. And when you split that chain, essentially, that coin can be doubled. Or the value can be doubled. So
like
Bitcoin,
Cash.
and Bitcoin Cash. Absolutely. So, and that's more of an airdrop, but it's still a fork. And that's how those assets will be found. So when that happens, they want to have a clear law of how to tax it. The problem is, in the meantime, he even says in his own words, taxpayers can only comply with the law when the law is clear. So if the law isn't clear right now, what exactly are we even doing? Like, you want a clear law. You want to get to this point. I understand. However, if that's not going on right now, then regulation doesn't even matter. So for all you talking about taxes, your boy just said if the law isn't clear, you can't really do it. So we'll see if it goes through. Him actually reintroducing it, that's what cuts down about a year's worth of time. So it'll take 2 years now, but it's still going to take some time for them to push it through, to understand what he's even talking about, and to enable them to, I guess, do what they feel like with hard forks. Good luck though, because it's almost impossible.
What's crazy is that Emmer had a Freudian slip that I don't think many people caught, but I definitely want to point this out. Taxpayers can only comply with the law when the law is clear. I thought we were citizens. Like, no, you're taxpayers. Yeah, exactly. Your taxpayer number 3,000, your taxpayer number 4 million, your taxpayer number 100 million, whatever. This is the exact same reason why America's America. We left the UK, I thought, or Britain because of the tax thing. But here we are, taxpayers. So, again, it's one of those things where we just talked about how Congress doesn't even understand Google and Facebook. But let's just say some odd reason they have an understanding of cryptocurrency. How many people in Congress do you actually think not even understands? Who knows what a hard fork is in Congress when it comes to cryptocurrency? Like, I mean, like literally, who really? I mean, he clearly, I won't even say he knows. Probably someone on his team put it, but who in Congress knows what a hard fork is? Because when I first learned about it, it took me some time to read up on it and to fully understand it. Because we're talking about technological protocols, all right? It's not just, this is happening, boom, boom. No, it's technology behind a fork or an airdrop. So people who don't understand any new technology all of a sudden understand airdrops and forks. I find that very hard to believe, and these are the people who are trying to regulate us. So
yeah, good luck, people.
Crazy.
All I gotta say, good luck.
But just remember, when it comes to crypto, they can really only tax you if you let them tax you. So I don't know. It's crazy. I'll pay my taxes though. All right. EU central bank won't add Bitcoin to reserves because they say it's not a currency. Wait. I thought, are we going to tax it? Are we not going to tax it? Is Libra going to come? Like, what's happening? I thought the EU was our friend. What's going on?
Yeah, it's a borderless currency. So it's funny that these different borders are trying to make up rules for people in certain places. Right. Because it's just their dismissive stance. Like they've doubled down on it. They had a Q&A session. And they basically just said Bitcoin is not a currency. It is rather an asset, and it is very volatile. And one of the best parts about this quote, like we've always said with these leaders, is that they're very sure to dismiss Bitcoin very big on blockchain.
Oh, of course. Now there's blockchain
Now this blockchain thing, this is a revolution.
Again, all you got to do is ask them which blockchain.
Which one?
Just blockchain technology. But which one? Which blockchain are we talking about? Are we talking about BitConnect's blockchain?
Yeah, because that blockchain ain't going nowhere.
I mean, are we talking about OneCoin's blockchain? Like, which blockchain are we talking about? So that shows they don't know what they're talking about, which is actually hilarious in and of itself.
Oh yeah, and they're probably aiming towards their own CBDCs. They don't consider Bitcoin a currency, so to say, but they just have to figure it out. They're not going to have a choice. As you can see, there's people right now who are realizing, well, we don't have a choice. We got to do something. We got to come up with something. So let's dismiss Bitcoin and go blockchain, whatever. It's not going to work. Yep.
So, I like this comment here in this article. This guy, Terry Bascom, said, and this is a Cointelegraph article if I was wondering, I'm very happy with this ECB statement. The longer central banks dismiss Bitcoin, the stronger the coin becomes before the states seek to control or suppress it. When they finally wake up to a new reality, Bitcoin will be very robust. You remember us back in, when did we start the show? 2017, when we told everybody, one of the first things we said is that cryptocurrency in general and Bitcoin and all that will allow for the world's first trillionaires. One or two, we're not talking about 30 people. We're talking about a group of maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 people that are trillionaires. Once you become a trillionaire, you can do whatever you want. You can really do it as a high net worth multi-billionaire. It's just a lot of these guys are scared to. But as a trillionaire, you're literally talking about, I'm literally going to purchase a Navy. I'm going to give me a Navy. I'm going to give me an Air Force. I can provide, I can do this. What's going to happen then and that's why they really don't want Mark Zuckerberg doing it, because if his Libra does take off, this guy is already worth billions. Let's say he does push up to $600 billion net worth, and you still trying to subpoena him to court
with pieces of paper.
Right.
Man, that paper ain't even going to make it to the office.
Because I'll tell you now, you won't even, when I talk about this stuff, it's not far-fetched. You don't even need to go looking. Like, literally, there will be governments to say, hey, we got an army already. You got the money. Come on. Let's make this happen. So, very interesting to see. You know what I mean? Right? Goldman Sachs ramps up development of new secret crypto project.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's give them a slow hand clap.
Okay. First, what was this? Oh, Sergeant Crypto, thanks for the tip. He said, read the comment about the RS. Let's go up. Hold on. We'll get to it right after this one. All right. First of all, I hope the woman that works at Goldman Sachs, who last year kept telling me about how this isn't going to happen, is not happening.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I had a full conversation before I really just let it go with someone who works in Goldman Sachs. I guess she's like a venture capitalist or she's in the investment section or whatever, who literally kept trying to tell me how this isn't happening.
Yeah.
This is happening. A. B. Goldman Sachs CEO themselves said this isn't happening. This is happening.
Mm-hmm.
C. It is not new. Do you really think a multi-billion-dollar company
Just started?
they're not ahead of the curve and their thing is, if anything, I actually give props to Goldman Sachs. You remember, they own Circle, who bought Poloniex, we just talked about. So they've already been in the crypto, right? But I will give Goldman Sachs props because I like companies like Goldman Sachs. As big as they are, they're actually still pretty lightweight in regards to being able to move. And you're seeing that right now. They're saying they have a new secret crypto project. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets released tomorrow, right? Because at this point, here's the thing, people. At this point, everyone's seeing Facebook's moving forward, right? Mm-hmm. Now it's about to become a race with private companies and countries. All right, this is happening. Mark Zuckerberg's doing it. All right. Hey, it's on, right? It's on. Yeah. The gun was gone. The race is on. And while you're still at the start line, like, well, can we do this or can't we? Mark Zuckerberg is literally a mile or two up there running full speed. So I like to see this now because, I mean, this is happening. Yeah. It is happening. Goldman Sachs is in the mix. But what are they doing, this new crypto project? What's going on with this new secret job listing? What is going on with this story?
Oh, yeah. Well, they're looking to get a digital asset project manager under their Goldman Sachs Accelerate in-house incubator program. The role actually indicates that the future hire will be expected to develop roadmaps for DLT development, also known as distributed ledger technology, and they're supposed to foster a deep understanding of relevant products,
give me all my buzzwords,
technology, and markets. And anybody who's ever applied for a job, the job description is hogwash. Who cares? They literally list the things you need to know, and if you know it, you just put it onto the resume, and then they call you or not. So the digital assets project manager, I'm sure it'll be a transfer from a bank, and they'll literally just transfer the knowledge they have and try and associate it with digital assets. And they have their own CBDC probably coming as a result of this announcement. Now, remember, when the news comes out, it's too late. So they've probably been working on this for a couple years now, and they are good at being quiet. That is one good thing about them. So we'll see how if they hire somebody soon, or if they've already hired somebody and they just put this out to see how people felt about it. So we'll see.
That's what I was going to say. I think not only with Goldman Sachs, we remember Visa did it too. What's going on there is they already have in-house. I mean, come on. These are big companies. They have college. They send people to college. Forget a college grad. They send people to college. They have pipelines from high school. They identify the smartest and brightest. They give them scholarships. Everything you're supposed to do, right? I believe that the likes of Goldman Sachs and what's the other one I just mentioned? The other private company. Goldman Sachs, Facebook, all these people, they have people in-house that are younger or even older, whatever. But they have people in-house who cryptocurrency and Bitcoin came across their radar. If they were smart, they probably took the project head on. It's like, I got it. And they're moving forward, right? But now it's becoming to the point, all right, this is becoming even bigger than we thought. This isn't a pet project where we have who once was the mailroom intern, all of a sudden is leading this project. Nope. It's just the same as Coinbase did. Let's bring in some experience. Yeah. Let's bring in some real executives. Let's bring in some whatever. And if we're lucky, let's bring in a project manager or executive with real life, real world experience at that level, at that C-suite level, as well as having that experience and knowledge when it comes to cryptocurrency. So that's what's going on in the job thing, which is kind of messed up actually for the in-house people at all these places who probably brought it to their boss's desk. I mean, I'm sure they got a bonus, they got promoted. But then it's also like, all right, but you're not going to be a director of this project. I mean, we're C-suite. You don't even like to wear these colorful ties here. So that's what I think is going on. But again, this is good for the industry because now if you always wanted to work at Goldman Sachs or something, you have the opportunity to. One thing I want to point out, though, which I think will actually happen as well, is Goldman Sachs and all these other private companies are just looking for all these people in crypto. I think one of them going to get hacked. You talking about these exit scams and in-house hacks. I mean, they're literally just hiring people that's whatever. You're in the crypto. And a lot of the people that already have been in the crypto who are probably at that level where they can get hired at these companies, they don't really like them. Yeah. So, I mean, remember you heard it here first. I wouldn't be surprised in the next 6 months a year, especially if the price of Bitcoin spikes and somebody's working at one of these companies, if they just literally just go through with it. Like, you know what? I'm about to exit scale all the Goldman Sachs. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, what type of people do that stuff? It's historic. So it'd be interesting. Let's go to a couple quick comments. Sergeant Crypto says, speaking of taxes, The IRS wants to subpoena Apple and Google to get records of people that download crypto apps and wallets to start tracking them for tax evasion.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't even know that one.
Yeah, I saw it earlier today.
Wow.
Somebody was commenting about that article, and it was, the comments under it were crazy on Twitter because most people were saying, so they're going to find all of the addresses on every crypto wallet, on every
I got
app.
like 8, 9, 10 wallets on my phone at least.
Good luck. That's what I'm saying. And we keep telling people is when you hear that
What?
news, they're not going for everybody. They don't even have the manpower.
Right.
If you're moving millions of crypto daily, you're probably going to be on that list. But if you're not, which most people watching are not, you will be fine. There's no way to stop it. And every day that Bitcoin continues, more people are added. More people get wallets. More people do transactions. So unless those subpoenas come out, in the next day or two, this train is rolling. I don't really see them catching up. So good luck to them. But I'm sure they'll get a few people as examples, and we'll see what happens from there.
But honestly, when it comes to some of this stuff, right now, literally, people, if you ever worried about any type of regulators or anything, you don't have to worry right now. Like, you are literally in a good position. This is the same position that we kind of talked about when we started the show. One of the things we told people before Trump even got elected was that he probably was going to get elected. But the good thing about Trump being elected, if you're actually in business, is good for you. He's letting business owners get away with murder right now. But I mean, as you can clearly see with private businesses. But I think this is another good time when we talk about the IRS and stuff. Right now, it's an all hands on deck event for Libra. That's all that matters. Yeah. All right, 50,000 here, 100, whatever. We need everybody. I mean, this is me as a government official speaking. All hands on deck on Libra. Federal Reserve, Congress people talking about Libra, IRS, like anti-money. Let's get FINRA, let's get CFTC. All hands on deck when it comes to Libra. Don't be surprised by next week or the couple weeks after. The only thing we're talking about is international people in the EU and NATO related countries talking about how bad Facebook and Libra currency is. We're already starting to see those stories. There's about to be an all hands global event of if you're with us, i.e. the U.S. and our team of shysters over here. Of course, I'm not talking about us as a whole, but the corrupt people there. If you're a part of this team, we need you to downplay this Libra. So I think right now when it comes to IRS and them trying to do all that stuff, you're good to go right now. They do like you said, they don't have the resources. Like, what do you want? You want to get mom and pop over here $100,000, or you trying to go after Facebook, who's literally about to turn every global government on its head. Yeah. So
it's gonna be funny to see.
It is gonna be crazy. I saw another couple of good comments just flow in. Let's see. What's going on, Shinobi One? Said Privacy Coins 2020 for sure. Christopher Last said gotta get ahead of the game. Wife said no. Said I read that all bravado to hide the fact they can't figure out how to resolve for taxes. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's just conjecture right now.
I mean, because look, here's the thing. When has the IRS ever came out and said anything, right?
Yeah. Since what, Prohibition?
I mean, when you're busy robbing people, you don't stop robbing people to tell them how you want to rob them. Just keep robbing them. Yeah. So, as you said, the fact that they have this bravado right now, so that means you don't know what you're doing. All right, check.
Cool.
It was one more really good comment. Oh, Harold George was commenting on Antonio. He said he almost crapped a brick when he found out Bittrex was done in New York. Moved my stuff to my wallet with the quickness. I was dumb and lazy, almost got caught slipping. Hey, understand, it happens. But wanted to point out that comment because, yes, that's how quick as it happens, people. It can happen very quickly.
Very quick.
All right. Last but not least, of course, we love to end on these great news stories. Fold app enables Bitcoin Lightning payments at Whole Foods and Starbucks. And it looks like Bitcoins, they say he's actually uses already, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
What is going on with Fold app? Tell me about this.
Use Fold app all the time for Lightning payments to Target. You actually get gift cards at these different places. Once you get that gift card, you can purchase at the store or online. And it is a way to bridge the gap, sort of like what we do, because these companies don't directly take crypto yet. However, years ago when we started, this wasn't even a thing. So now we moved to this stage where it was Bitcoin companies, and then now it's Bitcoin Lightning being able to be used. So instant payments for less than a penny in order to shop at these stores. So during a bull market like now, purchasing power is up. You can buy stuff and still retain that dollar value. It's a good time to use it. So if you need some extra stuff at Whole Foods, Starbucks, AMC, some good movies maybe out, Home Depot, Southwest Airlines, you can get all of that stuff on foldapp.com. And I've used it plenty of times with Target to be able to grab stuff from there. So I think, one day people will accept crypto pretty seamlessly. But companies like this are needed because it shows people how easy it is to spend crypto, how easy it is to stay in the same economy as everybody else, still using crypto. Because when people ask, "Oh, you use most of crypto, how do you live?" These are one of the solutions.
All these criminals are getting loose.
All these criminals getting loose on
Gel
Fold
them.
app.
Gel them.
Buying Starbucks.
It looks like customers navigate to the Fold app where they are presented with a list of available merchants. They then select the denomination and how much they want to spend. Fold is non-custodial, as you said, and allows clients to operate any wallet they're choosing.
No information, no name.
Wow.
You don't need to put any of that.
Once an invoice is populated, it immediately displays a barcode or other payment method generated via the merchant's own, as you said, gift card API, and it takes roughly 30 seconds.
Yep, very fast.
Wow. So wait. Yeah, all this cryptocurrency stuff is not only for criminals, and literally, 2 years ago, well, you can't spend money, you can't buy groceries with it. Gave us 2 years. Isn't that what we keep saying? It takes 2 years for the technology right now.
It takes time, man.
The developers hear you. They are working on it, people.
Yeah, it's not an overnight thing.
Technology doesn't just pop up because aliens dropped it down. Like, people are working this stuff. But here's the video for the Fold, or is it a GIF? Oh, here's a GIF. Let's see. Boom. Oh, yeah. So those who are watching, you can see the GIF. You can see how they picked it. They got a little timer on there. Pay for it. Wow. I mean, that shows you how quick it is if you can do it on a GIF. But wow, that was quick. There it is. And of course, Uber on there. Okay.
Uber, you can get Uber, all of that.
So yeah, this is happening.
Yeah. And there's really nothing anybody else can say now.
That's hilarious. Goldman Sachs is on board.
If you have
too.
a family member or a friend who's like talking bad about Bitcoin,
man.
just laugh.
I didn't even have it on the article. My fault.
I don't have time to explain it to people. I'm sure you don't. But if you've been following us for any amount of time, or if you just want to look through our old videos and see the development live, we've seen it live happen. You can't tell me anything about Bitcoin at this point or Lightning Network, because apps like this are. That's just the beginning. This is just one app of many. Right. I mean, Lolly is another one. You get cash back in Bitcoin for shopping wherever you regularly shop online. You get it back in Bitcoin. So it's like, what are y'all talking about? Bitcoin is regular. People use it. It's just not mainstream yet.
Right. Thanks. Yeah, I didn't have the screen on, people. I just put it on. Sergeant Crypto said, I got that email about the same thing when New York emptied the exchange. Huobi did the same thing yesterday via text. I'm telling you, people, it's going down. All these exchanges are bending the knee like little Mitches, of course. Look, it's happening. I mean, it's, as you said, if there's anybody, I was rushing today, so I didn't have a chance. So I'm going to go back to this one guy's Instagram. I wanted to make sure it's the right one. But it's some guy who has a huge Instagram following. And I remember he was one of the people who reported that Bitcoin is dead. I told you so, haha, when the bull run started. Oh, I've been waiting to get back to him. So I'm definitely getting back to him now. But all in all, this whole day looks like we're on the right track, as we have been.
On the right track, definitely.
With that being said, what are we doing for the free CryptoCoin? And by the way, I just saw Shinobi One's comment. Said we need the updates on the CryptoCoin. So
cool. Yeah, I'll work with Shannon and get some of those out to you guys. All right. Absolutely. But for the free CryptoCoin today, we're going to address what we just talked about. Fold app. Test it. Try it. You can use a small amount. I think $5 is the minimum. So you can try a small amount of crypto. Let us know what you think about Fold app. Do you think products like this will take over in the future? Or if we don't have crypto payments, let us know what you think. Put your CryptoCoin address and we'll send those coins to you.
All right. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. Make sure you smash that like and share button, people. And we will see you all tomorrow. Cheers.